What's up, guys? Welcome back. I want to share with you something before we get to the stream. I think it's something that I should have said it before, or actually, I should actually say that whether you're new or you're a beginner or you're an experienced, I think this is something that everyone should actually hear about. You see, I personally have actually seen a top IT professional end up on the street. Now, listen to the story. That story is exactly one of the reasons what pushed me towards trading. Now, guys, of course, welcome to the stream. But while we gather, let me just say the story, and I think we'll move right into the stream. Now, as I said, this is one of the reasons that actually sobered me up. This one of the reasons is this particular story, and a close friend of mine who worked at a major tech company at a senior level in Canada. Um, he was very confident about his job. Strong lifestyle. He had a good income. It actually felt like a risk-free career, right? And then a large part of his work started becoming automated by artificial intelligence. And I'm sure that if you are not living under a rock, you've heard about AI, how it's actually scaling up, and the fears of actually replacing real jobs. I think it's already started. So you see, his layoff happened fast and without any emotions. Now, almost 2 years have actually passed since what happened, and he still hasn't returned to his profession. There was depression, loss of income, moving from the city center back to his parents, and a complete rethink of his actual career. Now, he's starting from scratch, and it not only hit his finances, but also his self esteem and sense of identity. But the key point is this: today, no one is fully protected, even the most demand specialists, if you think about it. That's when I actually realized that any single profession is actually quite risky. And I think that you need a skill that can be a support and a diversification, not something tied to trends, technologies, or employer decisions. Think about that. Now, for me, that skill became trading. Perhaps it's also for you. Perhaps you're just starting. But it's important to think about and diverse what you are actually going to do. Now, trading is not a quick escape, but actually a systematic discipline for me that I can and you can perhaps also develop independently of the job market. Now, today's stream is a chance to start exploring that skill or deepen your understanding if you're already on the path. We'll break down practical approach to the market without any illusions or promises, guys. So if you're looking for an extra support in unstable times, let's begin. All right, guys. So today we are going to be trading, and specifically, I'm on particularly on a mission, and that mission is to be able to double my starting money, which is going to be $100, or lose it. So I put aside $100. The goal is to double it. Will I be able to do it? Well, we're going to find out. And before we do, let me welcome everyone. AI Power B1K9G says Jay Hind. Not sure what that means, but welcome, brother. Welcome, everyone. And before I get to the stream, well, actually, to start trading, I wanted to show you that this exact strategy that I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to show you some of its results that I have traded yesterday on the real account, but also on the demo account. So you see, it was an OTC, which means that I was trading when technically markets are closed. But the important thing is that I wasn't live. I wasn't under the pressure of, time, so on and so forth. I don't want to waste a lot of time, but I do want to show you the results before we start hating and before we start trading live. So what I'm going to do, I am now on my real account, as you can see here. These are my closed trades, but I'm also going to show you the trades on my demo account. So let's hit this button right here. It's going to show me some of my results. Let's start with the demo account. You know what? Let's start with the real account for whatever reason. And the real account, that was yesterday. So I'm going to put 14. All right, apply. Then I'm going to export to whatever that thing is. So let me just find it. All right, opening it up now. Here we I think it doesn't let me bring it over here. Okay, there we are. All right. So here we are. This was my real account, guys. As you can see, these were my trades. And I want to go down and see, okay, there's the profit. You can see it. So I'm going to go all the way down and I'm going to sum everything up for that particular day. Let me do this. All right, hit enter. All right, as you can see here, guys, on the real account, I was able to make $106 of profit just yesterday, and that was on the real account. Now let's go to the demo account. Don't save it, I don't really need that. Let's go to the demo. And the demo I was trading today, to be honest. So let's go 15, apply. All right, export. Let me find it again, double click, there we are. All right, profit, go all the way down. I'm gonna do the same sum, hit enter, and then choose them all. Okay, hit enter. Now you can see that on the demo, I made $828 of profit. So what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to brag, guys. I'm not trying to show you that, you know what, this is the perfect strategy. But the point is that it is actually possible to be done. Now, remember, I was not any under pressure. I didn't have, let's say, limited time. So I could actually trade slowly and based on the strategy. So now let's trade together and see if we can actually do it live. In the meantime, guys, I would very much appreciate it, guys, if you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this strategy or what you would like to see in the future. Of course, also, I will be sharing bonus codes for new traders and also existing traders. So stay tuned. In the meantime, I am just going to make one small change regarding also based on my past trades. So the only the only thing that I'm changing today is that I'm going to be selecting specific currency pairs. The reason why is because I feel like some of these currency pairs, because you know we're trading OTC, the markets are not open right now, but it's important to be specific on what currency pairs also to choose. And the reason is because based on my strategy, I want to see movement, I want to see participation, I want to see volume, and I want to see not small candles, if that makes sense. So I'm going to choose some major pairs like the Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, and I'm not going to focus a lot on the return. So I'm going to focus more where I believe that, you know what, there's going to be some action, there's going to be some movements, so on and so forth. So let me maybe also choose the AUD CAD. Some other major pair, AUD. Okay, I don't think this is going to be any good. Okay, AUD USD, okay. Euro CHF, no. Euro JPY, perhaps. We'll have a look at that. Euro USD, yes. All right, we're going to start with these. Now, how am I going to be trading? Well, I'm going to be using two technical indicators to assist me, and those are as follows. Number one, the stochastic oscillator. Let me fix it so you can also actually see it better, more visibly. I'm going to keep this as is, keep this, just make it, okay, let's make this, no, let's make this red, because that's the sell point, green, and all right, that is my stochastic, as you can see here. And on top here, I'm going to use the super trend, which is actually one of my favorite indicators. Now, moving on, I'm going to be combining those indicators to help me make a prediction if the price is going to go higher or lower. Now, I am going to be trading on short expiry time, which is another factor to keep into consideration, guys. You don't have to copy exactly this this setup when I talk about expiry times, because if you have more time or if you're trading non-OTC, remember, feel free to experiment with different expiry times. But for this setup, I'm using 30-second candlestick time frame and a 1-minute expiration time. Now, like I said, starting with $100, the goal is to double it, make it 200. Can we do that? Let's wait and see. Now, let me analyze some of those currency pairs, see what is going on overall. Okay, I do like, and I do see that here we are technically on an uptrend. So if I were going to place a trade, I would not place a trade against the trend. This is me. That is my philosophy. I like to trade with the trend because I believe the trend is actually my friend. So as we know that this is on an uptrend, we are already going higher the way I see it here. So there could be a possibility that this is going to continue to go higher, and I'm going to take this trade because the stochastic is already moving higher. However, it is close to that resistance, I would like to call it, or the area where it might reverse and come back lower to this point over here, but the overall trend is to the upside. So this is telling me sell, but I think that the sell is quite over from here until here. That was the selling part. And I think from this point right here, as we can see from the stochastic, we are going higher. Now, how much higher? That is the $1,000,000 question. So let's wait and see. I think my entry point was not the best, so would have been better here or maybe even lower. But overall, the trend is to the upside. So I would actually place another trade if the price goes or dips lower. Or maybe not, because I don't. Let's wait and see how this plays out for now. 3, 2, 1, boom. Our first trade, guys, is profitable, as you can see here. Vincent, welcome back, brother. Says, good afternoon. I would love an honest response. Please, what time of the day do you believe is best to trade OTC pairs during weekdays? That's a very, very good question. And of course, I'm always honest, guys. I do not like to hide behind anything or anyone. I would tell you my personal experience. Of course, guys, take it with a pinch of salt or experiment with it by yourself. Now, if you ask me personally, when is the best time to trade OTC? Personally, I will tell you I don't know. Why do I say that? Because I don't feel like there is a best time on OTC. Why? Because no one can actually know what is going on. There is no open markets. So you're actually trading on how the volume is actually accumulating on the platform at that moment. So if you ask me, Vincent, I cannot give you that answer. And I don't think anyone can actually give you an answer of when is the best time to trade OTC. So if you ask me now, when is the best time to trade non-OTC, that is different. We can dive into a lot different information there because you are trading, my friend, on different currency pairs, on different markets when they open at different times. And usually it depends on what you're looking for. So if you're a person who loves volatility or loves volumes, or you want to catch those big movements, then I would suggest not financial advice, of course, guys, for by all means, but do research and understand when the markets open, because that is when there is the highest volatility, the highest movements on the markets, plus when there is overlapping of markets. Very important, because when the euro opens is not the same time as when the American markets open. So if you're trading euro USD and you're trading when the markets open, and specifically when they overlap, that is when you're going to see movements on the market. Hope that's clear. Do your own research, guys, because I believe that there's a lot to learn just from that. All right, guys, our first trade was successful. We are plus $9. Mong Wangpan says, hi, what super trend settings? My super trend settings is on default. I did not make any changes, the same as the stochastic oscillator, just to be clear. Now, let's see what we can find. What we can also do, we can also go a little bit more back, maybe 10 minutes, to see the overall trend. Okay, clearly I can see that from here we are in a downtrend, right? But this doesn't mean that this downtrend is forever. And if you ask me, here would have been a nice selling point, this part over here. But now that is over. So now I'm going to keep looking, seeing what else we can find. Okay, AUD USD, clearly on an uptrend, but that's 10 minutes. So let's look at 30 seconds. That's the one where we placed our first trade. We went long. We catched a good buying opportunity. Here, I would prefer, if I want to be more cautious or be more, how to say it, more feel that I'm more confident to place a trade, I would love to see this maybe closer to here and then making a V-shaped recovery. And of course, the price needs to be close here. That would have been the perfect entry point. Now, this doesn't mean that the price cannot bounce from here, but we want to see more indication, more confirmation, and therefore more confidence to place our trade. Now, let's keep looking and see what else we can. Ooh, clearly we are going higher, and when we're going higher, that means that we have already broken that resistance, unless it's a fake out. So let's just go 10 minutes back. Look at that. All right. So yeah, clearly that there's a V-shaped recovery here. We do have some kind of resistance over here, not a big one, but still it might get rejected for some time. So it's not the best setup for me to place a trade unless you want to go with the trend and just go for a buy. But my stochastic is already telling me, you know what, we are super high here. So no. Um, all right. Euro USD. What do we have here? Let's go a little bit back, 10 minutes. Okay, you see that, right? You see that it's about to make another V-shaped recovery here. This looks like a support level, like hanging from a thread, and then another one over here. Now, who's to say that this may not come all the way back here? There is no law or there is no perfect answer to this, but it's a good support level over here, right? So the chances are that it's going to bounce from here, they're quite high. So I would not be surprised if this started going even higher, even though in my short-term trade, I would like to wait for this to come here and then make my buy decision. It is making higher lows. Is it making higher highs? Yeah, it did make a higher high, as you can see here, a small one, but it's making higher lows, which is also very important. So I'll be a little bit more patient here before I do place my buy trade in, just because I want to be more conservative. I do not want to trade blindly. What do we have here? I see a squeeze over here. As you can see, this support level, resistance level. So we could see a boom to the upside or a boom to the downside. What do I mean by that? You get my point, guys? We are close to seeing some kind of either boom to the downside or boom to the upside. If you want, I can make it a little bit like that for you guys to see. I'll make this one red just for you to understand that, you know what, if it breaks below here, we're going lower, breaks above here, we should be going higher. But again, this is 10 minutes. So if I go on 30 seconds, you get my point, right? We are on a strong support level here, but we're trading 1 minute. So we need to look at the bigger picture here, but at the same time, we need to understand that we're trading much shorter expiry times. So overall, I'm looking at the bigger picture to help you to understand what could happen, but also when I zoom in and I do my expiration time a lot closer and shorter, things might change. So my buy entry will be somewhere here. My stochastic is already telling me that we might reverse soon, but it's still going higher. So I'm going to avoid this for now. If the price comes here, I might buy, but I need the stochastic to be here or here. You get the point. Let's see. All right, we are making higher highs. You see that? I told you earlier that it made higher high and a higher low. It did make a higher high here as well. So my buy entry should be somewhere here, but will it give me that opportunity? It might not. And that is why, guys, we need to be patient. I do not want to trade today just for the sake of trading for you to see how I trade, because then I might make a lot more mistakes because I will trade rationally. But I want to trade more conservatively to be able to, to reach my target. Look at this, guys. We did place our first trade here. We did make a profit, hit some kind of resistance. Okay. Okay, if it comes lower and this is already somewhere here, that will be a good buy entry. Should we wait or shall we move maybe to another currency pair? What do you guys think? Because we do have a support level here, support zone. And when I say zone, this is what I actually mean. See that? This is the support zone that I'm talking about. It went higher. So for me now, there is nothing, look at that, nothing for me to trade at this point. We're going lower. Should I look at other currency pairs? Guys, what do you guys think? See, I can't place a sell trade on an uptrend. I've said it many times. Oh, what did I close now? Right. Where is it? Euro GBP. Euro USD is on a roll. Look at that. Euro strengthening against the dollar. Euro strengthening against the GBP. But I don't see that entry points that is going to give me a lot more confidence. First trade was successful because things were lining up a lot better. Going higher like there's no tomorrow. The Australian dollar, technically the dollar is actually getting quite hammered, except the JPY. Ooh, I missed that buying opportunity here. But my stochastic wasn't technically telling me that, you know what? I mean, I could buy. What do you guys think? Should I go for a buy, even though my stochastic is telling me, you know what? Ooh, let's wait a little bit lower. Let's wait. If it comes here, it will be nice because this is going to be already over here. So we could see a nice reversal there. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Ooh. I'm going for a buy. The reason I went for a buy is because I feel like this is kind of a mini support level. My stochastic is coming close to the oversold. Take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This doesn't seem like it's going the right direction, but I do feel we're about to bottom. Let me paint that picture better. Do have a resistance right over here, somewhere over here. All right. I'm going for a buy. All right, let's wait and see. My stochastic is already showing me signs of weakness. And why do I say that? Is because look how it was falling and look how it's trying to shift here. This is very important. It's like the angle is no more downwards, but it's more little bit different than it was before. So this could be a good indication that we're changing and going now more to the upside. 25 seconds on the clock, 23 seconds, guys. You see that? Do you see that, guys? Beautiful green candle. Exactly as I expected it here. Now, I was expecting perhaps it could bounce here, but it did not. But the whole point is the whole idea of what we're trying to achieve. And it bounced exactly where I expected it to go on the second time. Look at the stochastic. It could come here, retest, and then go again higher. But right now, there is no Stochastic is already showing me that we should be going higher. This was the best entry point. It could go a little bit lower again. And I'm preparing myself. This is not the best entry point, but I do want to catch that buy trade because my stochastic is already telling me that the buyers are strengthening over here. Now let's see if it comes even lower. I'm going to buy again. All right. All right, let's wait and see. Mungli Wangpan says, you always come live every day, sir? Actually, I do not come live every day. I do live videos once a week, which is on a Sunday. You're very welcome to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you don't miss live videos when I'm on. But there are also other streamers on this channel that actually also do live videos as well on different days. So, like I said, I do make live videos once a week on a Sunday. All right, guys, are we going to see that bounce or not? We are hanging by a thread. All right, that was unsuccessful, the first one. Second one, successful. Stochastic now is dipping down. I'm going to wait until it moves a little bit higher. You know what worries me a little bit? If this ends up breaking below and then we're in the zone again. And when I say zone, I mean this zone over here. What do you guys think? Shall I continue buying? Well, how are we doing, by the way? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, 3 successful. We're doing okay for now. We're not losing money. All right, I went by because my stochastic is already showing me signs of strength. So hopefully this is it. We're going to go higher. Let's wait and see. Guys, again, if you enjoy these videos, I'd very much appreciate it. If you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you like to see videos like this, if you want to see something else, something different, because this is a challenge and this is actually intense because there is real funds on the line. And unless you want to see more educational videos, like maybe some indicators, how they work, or educational information, how the markets react to whatever it is, specific currency pairs, or do you like challenges? I very much like to know what you guys think. How do you guys trade as well? So again, let me know how you guys trade down in the comments below. This trade looks like it's going exactly as I expected it to go, guys. The support level held very nicely, even though it did scare me a little bit over here. I'm not going to lie, but I do also keep my emotions on the side. I do not let my emotions take over. Like I said, I'm only risking $100 today. So if I lose that, I'm okay with it because I've already set my unfortunate target, let's put it this way, and my goal, which is to make $100 today. Look at this, beautiful stochastic is already showing me signs of strength. We are going higher, support level is holding nicely. So now, since we are climbing and reaching a level of slowly or soon enough, unknown territory that I would like to say, I'm not going to place any trades because there is no indication, there is no support, there is no resistance other than this over here. So I'm just going to skip this for now. Let's see what is going on here. I think it should be 6 trades now. And we're already over $7, which is perfect for now. Perfect start, guys. Like I said, I did choose specific currency pairs because I do want to see more volume, more movements on the markets, and I've realized that the hard way. So hopefully that's going to be also useful for you guys. In the meantime, let me share with you the promo code. Like I always promise you guys, the promo codes are on the screen right now. So if you're looking to make a deposit, make sure you take advantage of those promo codes because those promo codes are actually a boost to your accounts, a boost to your trades. And of course, it can boost you in different ways. And that I always say that there's 2 different ways that this can actually assist you. If you use the promo code, guys, and let's say you're starting with $100 and the promo code gives you 60-70%, you're going on with 160, 170, which is a much bigger portfolio to trade with more conservatively. If you make some losses, you have more funds to recover them. If you make profits, you have more funds to keep going, keep climbing. And of course, I wish you all the best of luck in your trades. But always remember, guys, risk management, money management is number one. That is why always when I trade, I put targets. I do not let my emotions take over. And that is extremely, extremely important and powerful. All right, guys. Oh, not this one. It should be six trades. Didn't I make six trades? There we are. Six trades. We're $16.80. We're nearly 20% in on our targets, on our goal, in the right direction. So that is very, very important. All right. And don't forget, guys, I'm trading with $10 a trade. So it's normal that my balance is only going to be accumulating slowly, slowly, not fast, because I'm risking 10% of my actual. If you ask me, how would I trade this? Well, we can clearly see that if we look at a little bit further back, we can see that the price dipped and went higher. But what do you guys observe? Well, I observe that the price never touched this line, either here, either here. So the chances are is that it might not even touch this line, continue to go higher. And I've seen this here as well. Look at the stochastic. It did dip and then higher. Over here, we dipped nicely, didn't touch this line, but then we went higher. So if you ask me, could I enter a buy trade here? You could. Maybe I should, maybe I will. I'm just going to wait for this a little bit more. And I open a buy trade. I did ignore a little bit the stochastic, to be honest. I am following what happened here. You know what I mean? I'm trading based on what happened here, what happened here. And remember, I've said this many times. I'm sure you've heard of it as well. If history may not repeat itself, it sure does rhyme. So it's very important to take that into consideration as well, because that is what actually help us to predict where the price is actually going to go and be more confident when placing our trades. Facts 1254 says why we can withdraw our profit that made from bonus fund. Facts 1254, to be honest, the bonus funds, you once you deposit it, let's say you put $100 and you get 70% of bonus and you make that 170, you can't just withdraw 170. I mean, that's a little bit absurd. So the whole point of the bonus, guys, is for you to be able to make more trading, right? And the more trading you do, the more turnover you do, then you'll be able to withdraw those bonus amounts as well. All right, guys, if you want more information about that, I forgot to mention, do contact the support team. Facts, they work 24/7, and I'm sure they're going to be able to give you a lot more precise information. Guys, give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so we are 7 trades in. We are $25.90. We are doing phenomenal. And I'm still trying to keep my cool because I do not want to trade for the sake of trading, because you know, I want you guys to see how I trade, but also I'm trying to avoid mistakes and rational decisions. So whoa. GBP USD is on a roll. All right. Well, I'm definitely not placing any buy trade over here now, even though you could, because this looks like a breakout. So what could happen in reality? We could actually come back, maybe retest this support line and then move higher. That is why I'm not touching this for now. Ooh, guys, look at that. All right, I placed my buy. And the reason I placed my buy, I'm going to justify it, even though I might end up losing this trade. First of all, We have come back, retested this support line. That is number one, right? And we've already we have already confirmed that this support line is actually quite strong. One, two times already tested beautifully. Look at this, resisted, resistant. So this support line is strong. That's number one. Number two, look at this wick over here. Look at this wick here. What does this wick tell me? This is telling me that the sellers are exhausted. Very, very important, guys. If you don't know about wicks, it's very important that you do some research about them, because wicks also tell a story, tells you what is very likely to happen. So a wick is technically, like I said, a wick to the downside that looks like a cross, red, is technically telling me, oh, look how unfortunate that is. I'm going to put another buy here. So the wick is technically telling me that there is an exhaustion in the sellers. So because this is red, because it closed well above the opening position. So this is telling me that there is exhaustion. So we might see some kind of boom to the upside. That's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, my timing was not the best, but I still feel that this is going to be a strong support and we're going to go ahead higher. My stochastic is already showing me that it is already exhausted. We are heading higher over here, even though slowly. So things are going the way I want them to go. They're showing me good signs, but timing, it's all about timing, to be honest. All right, let's see. Let's see. There is a lot of movements here, guys, from both sides, to be honest, but I still feel that should go higher. Remember, this is a zone. This is not exactly a level. So the zone could be here, could be here. Unfortunately, this didn't go exactly as I wanted it to go, but I still feel that at the end of the day, this should actually go higher, unless, if you remember what I told you earlier, the only thing that worried me, this part here, is that if we break below and we enter this zone again, which looks like we are, then we could be heading something like this again. And that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, these things happen. All right, moving on. Again, the support zone here held nicely. Before this here happened, we were trading over here. That was our first trade, if you remember, guys. So it did held up nicely, this support zone, and then boom to the upside. But here would have been a beautiful entry. So if I had known here, I would have definitely placed a few trades here and catch the perfect entry point. Stochastic beautifully over here. My support zone is exactly on the line here beautifully. We missed that. That's okay. 10 minutes. No. If it was on the other way around, I'll wait. Yeah, if the price was over here, yeah, I'd press a sell trade, but we are way low for a sell trade. Let me look at the 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. This is a strong downtrend. What do you guys think? I do not want to go against. I feel like the overall downtrend is to the downside, even though short term looks like it's bouncing, but the bounce is going to end up sooner or later. So if this breaks lower, I will press a sell trade, because that's a confirmation that, you know what, the bigger overall downtrend is moving to the downside. Guys, let me share the promo code one more time. If you're interested to make a deposit, feel free to take advantage of the promo codes. Stochastic is in the middle. You can't trust this now. No. Look at that. Unfortunately, we placed some trades here. We lost, and then it ended up going higher. And I'm going to, I don't know, I think like this is playing with us. Because if I did this, you guys see what I see? Hopefully you do. So I'm not going to place a trade here. It's risky. I'm going to wait either break below or break above, and we'll take it from there. So because it looks like it's entering again this zone, it is risky, but price comes over here, will be a nice bounce, or I still think there's going to be a bounce here. Ooh, I thought it was red. Doesn't matter. Our entry point is here. Justified, I ignored this. Justified because of this support lines over here. It's already showing me that we are in some kind of range here until it's going to break out and decide where it's about to go, whether to the upside or to the downside. Till then, let's keep looking. Remember, I told you guys this was a breakout. Might come back down here and then retest and go to the upside. But let me see overall what is going on here. Yeah, we're still in that bubble. Let's put it this way. So a buy trade here, I don't know. Go 10 seconds, 30 seconds. No. This one is doing pretty well here. Successful trade from what I see. Nice. We could trade the zones, if you ask me. But until then, let's keep looking, guys. Price would be a nice buy over here, but see that wick? Ooh. If it was over here, it would be much nicer for a sell trade. Let me see the 30 seconds. Oh, yes. So price could also even reach over here before it dips down. So I'm just going to avoid this for now. Euro GBP. I think it's this one where we saw that the overall trend is to the downside. Yep, there we are. Overall trend is to the downside. We can clearly see that. So there's definitely not going to be a buy here. So if you ask me, if this breaks below here, it will be a good sell because it's an indication that, you know what? Sellers are in control right now. We are going lower as the big trend is actually telling us. Till then, we just look and observe for this one. Nothing to see here. This one, remember, look and observe. Breaks this, I'm going sell. This one is on its own. Nothing much here. Nothing much, guys, are happening overall here. We are at 9 trades. We are already in some profit. Unfortunately, those 2 losses wiped some of our profits. But the important thing is that we are already in some partial profits. The whole point to be consistent. Ooh, that was close. It's already telling me a sell because we are in a low. See that? Lower highs, lower lows. You can clearly see that. So we're moving like in a ladder that is moving downwards. So it would be wise to place a trade on these levels. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes all the way down here. Right, I pressed my sell trade here because it came so close to that resistance level. So it could even come even closer, but I'm ready. Let's see. I ignored the stochastic because now we're trading differently. Until that decides what it wants to do, let's see if we can find another good entry point. It's far from this buy zone. I think we're going higher. That deserves another sell because we have already touched that resistance. Unless it decides to break, break and go to the upside and goodbye. Is that a breakout? Is that a breakout? I don't trust it yet. I do not trust it. Because we've seen the fake out here. That is why I do not trust it. See that? Looks like a fake out to me. Fortunately, guys, the timing is timing. You can't push timing, but you can always adjust the timing to, of course, to your strategy. I think we've made now one loss and one win, right? So we are $15 in profit, if I'm not mistaken. That is what it's telling me. Maybe I counted wrong earlier. Yep, $15 in profit. See that? That should have been two consecutive profits, if you ask me. But the whole point, this is actually a lesson here because the strategy is working. The timing is what sometimes might fool us. So the whole idea that this is going to be a resistance and go lower was correct. So even though I did make a loss here, I know that my strategy was correct. I know that I was right, and I know that if I'm consistent enough, should be able to continue and slowly be able to build higher. Guys, we are running out of time, unfortunately. I don't know if we are able to. Did not break this. Wait, this is telling me we have reached the top, but this is a support level overall. So it could get exhausted, come back here, and then go to the upside. Or not. All right, guys, I did press a buy here. Looks like a breakout, or is it a fake out? Let's see. I pressed at the support zone, so close to that support zone. Look at the stochastic. Looks like it's about to change, it's shifting its shape. You see that? From that downwards, it's shifting slowly. Hopefully, the buyers are here to step in, push the price higher, because that is the logical thing to do here. The buyers should step in and push the price higher until, of course, they get exhausted and the sellers just push them around, and that's it. 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Boom. That was another successful trade, guys. 12 trades, $14.30. I think this is also another successful one. So we should be around $24 in profit, if I'm not mistaken. That is still important because the overall idea here, it's the strategy, how it works. We did not reach our $100 or double the investment that we wanted. But again, guys, unfortunately, this is the time we have today. We're already 50 minutes in. I believe that you understand the whole idea, the whole picture of how we are actually, or how I'm actually personally trading. And of course, if you feel like this is something that you would like to replicate, be my guest. You have that demo account to take advantage of it. Once you're confident enough and you feel that you're ready, by all means, feel free to move on to the real account. And of course, if you are willing to do that, there is those promo codes right over there for new users and existing users to actually boost your accounts as well. Um, I do think that there are 13 trades. Should we wait a little bit more and see if there is 13 trades or not? Cool, guys. Remember, I wasn't aggressive at all. I did not place trades based on emotions or based on, revenge trading. Very important, because that can easily wipe your account because you're letting your emotions take over you. What I did here was conservatively, I use risk management, money management, and a strategy. Very important. I've set targets on losses, targets of wins. But remember, it's okay to walk out with partial profits than actually hitting your actual target. Because if you keep letting that emotion, you know what, I didn't reach my target and I have to do it, and I'm just $20-$30 in and I have to make 100, that could be also a losing mentality. Welcome back, sis. So good to see you. Welcome back. I haven't seen you, I think, last week, if I'm not mistaken. Hope everything's okay. Sis says, very good teaching. Thank you, very much appreciated. I would love to see more like this. You're absolutely welcome. You're a legend. Thank you very much for your support. I very much appreciate it as well if you leave a like, comment down below on the video once it's uploaded. Let me know what you guys think. I hope this was useful to you. Let me refresh this one more time. I thought it was, there we go. 13 trades, guys, $23.50. Remember, I was trading conservatively with $10 a trade. If you have more risk tolerance, by all means, trade how you wish, trade how you want. But my advice, and this is financial advice, always take into consideration risk management and money management. That is the only thing that I would advise you from my heart, because I know how it is. Trading is about consistency. It's about discipline. And of course, enjoy it. Guys, thank you once again for joining this live session. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you did, I would love to see you again next week, same time, same day. More videos like this coming up. Until then, trade wisely, take care, and enjoy your trading. Daffy Wiz says, how many times should we trade a day? It's a very good question, and I do understand that you're a beginner, and beginners, very important, guys. I made a lot of videos in the past. I do keep making videos as well. So it's not about how many times you should trade. It's about discipline. It's about, learning the product. Knowledge is very powerful. Knowledge is extremely powerful. So if somebody comes up to you and tells you, you know what, you need to trade at least 30, 40 trades a day, or 50 trades a day, or 2 trades a day, ignore it. It's about what you are willing, how much time you're willing to put, what is your risk tolerance, how much you really want to trade, how much you're willing to actually put time into it, trade, because mistakes are not avoidable. Everybody is prone to make mistakes, but the good thing, the point here is that we learn from our mistakes. Now, if you're a person who does not learn from mistakes and you keep repeating them, I'm sorry, but I can't really do much. You need to change your mindset. Sorry about that. So it's important to have a good mindset. Discipline is very important. Knowledge is important. So put time to it. I know that the beginning is going to be hard. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it took me years for me to learn a lot of things, but what I can tell you, I'm still learning every day. And I think that somebody who knows a bit of something should also tell you that he keeps learning every day. We are all learning every day. But yes, I may have more experience, but it doesn't matter that I'm superior to anyone. So I do learn every day. I do take things, how to say it? I don't take things for granted. That's why I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to accept my losses, my mistakes, and I learn from them. So next time I try to avoid them. That's it. So again, I wish you guys all the best. Thank you very much for tuning in. I very much appreciate if you leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you all next week once again. Take care.